Welcome. As the name suggests, this module is designed to raise your awareness of safe working practices in heavy weather, including preparations for severe storms and cyclones. It is important to note that the boat owner or skipper is responsible for the safety of the vessel and that of yourself and all others on board. However, whilst at sea it will usually be the skipper who makes decisions such as when to stop fishing and seek shelter from approaching heavy weather. It is also the skipper who is responsible for instruction regarding how to stow fishing gear and other equipment, and the preparation of the vessel for the approaching weather. Your responsibility is to follow the instructions of the skipper. It is also to take precautions against injury in these conditions, and that of other crew on the vessel. If you are susceptible to seasickness, it is important to be well hydrated and take medication or other precautions before the weather arrives. Beware that some seasickness medications can make you drowsy. If you need to vomit, do so on deck. It can always be washed away, or in the toilet or in a bucket. Do not throw up over the side, as this increases the risk of falling overboard. Finally, it does not mean you are weak if you take seasickness precautions. A worse outcome is being so ill you are unable to work, which increases the workload on others. Fundamentally, preparation is essential to surviving a heavy weather event. Steps that should be taken in preparation include the following: checking that all ropes and lines are coiled and stowed correctly and unable to be washed overboard where they could potentially foul the propeller and disable the vessel. Closing and securing all watertight doors and hatches, as well as portholes and deadlights. It also includes ensuring scuppers and drainage holes are clear of fish, fishing gear, and other items that may prevent water from leaving the deck, and that hinge-freeing ports are also clear and operational. Tying down any loose fishing gear or equipment and making sure the catch cannot move about on deck, in the hold, or in the freezer. Securing the galley by making sure everything that can move is put away correctly and cannot fall or spill its contents. And lowering stabilizers to dampen vessel roll, although on a prawn trawler the skipper may also decide to leave the net streaming in the water to dampen vessel roll. In heavy weather you should not go out onto the deck unless absolutely necessary. You should also make sure someone accompanies you out onto the deck, and you both should be wearing a PFD or life jacket. In extreme weather you should check with the skipper if it is safe to go out on deck. You should also retain a high sense of awareness and preparation in case of emergency, even if indoors. This includes having your PFD or life jacket on or near you at all times, and being dressed and ready to take emergency action if need be, including preparation to abandon ship. It also includes taking greater care moving about the vessel and bracing yourself to avoid being thrown about, down steps, or worse, overboard. In the advent of an extreme weather event, such as an approaching storm or cyclone, the skipper will need to decide on a course of action, either to stay in the general area, steam away from the approaching weather, or steam to a safe anchorage or port. If the decision is made to stay in the area and ride out the weather, commonly known as heaving to, 3 options are available. 1. Steaming slowly into the sea with just enough engine power to provide vessel steerage. 2. Steaming slowly away from the sea with the sea on the stern. Or 3. Stopping engines and drifting with the sea, although this is not usually a wise option if a cyclone is approaching. Each option will result in different vessel movement, and the choice will be made by the skipper after accounting for prevailing weather and vessel characteristics. In extreme weather, steaming slowly into the sea is often the safest maneuver. If seas are beam on, the vessel may roll violently and potentially capsize. There is also a risk of the deck being swamped with water, which can exaggerate rolling and reduce vessel stability. If the vessel is steaming in a following sea, there is a high risk of broaching and capsize. Broaching occurs when the vessel surfs down a wave and buries the bow into the sea. This suddenly slows the vessel, and the passing wave causes the vessel to turn to one side. At this point, steerage is also compromised, particularly if the rudder has been partially lifted out of the water. Then, as the next wave approaches, the vessel is at risk of being turned beam onto the sea and potential capsize. Finally, If steaming with seas on the stern quarter, the risk of broaching can be high. This is because with each passing wave the vessel is partially broached, which increases the risk of a full broach and resulting capsize. Furthermore, as each wave passes, the vessel experiences a corkscrew motion down the back of the wave and reduced steerage. As the next wave approaches, the vessel is at risk of being fully broached. In any case, irrespective of the decision to stay put or steam away, it will be important to prepare the vessel as previously described, by lowering stabilizers, stowing ropes, closing doors and hatches, securing fishing gear and other equipment. In extreme conditions, instruction from the skipper may additionally include ensuring the emergency response bag and first aid kit are readily available in case the vessel has to be abandoned, requesting food and drinks to be prepared beforehand to avoid cooking or boiling water, instructing all crew to dress warmly and don their PFD or life jacket, even if indoors, requesting additional watch-keeping assistance, particularly if visibility is poor, and even removing canvas shade awnings so they can't be damaged or blown away. You have now completed the working in heavy weather module. Well done! Let's now review the material that we covered.